Hi, it's Oa and welcome back to my channel for another bullet journal video. Today we have my weekly spread set up for the month of September, and my theme is light bulbs. If you want to see the monthly setup, I will link it in the corner of the video. And if you want to see close-ups of the spreads, you can find them at the time on the screen. And I also do daily bullet journal videos on my TikTok account, which I will also have on the screen, and it's also linked down below. But I basically just share way more and every day there. And now onto the actual setup of this weekly spread. So this one is the first one, even though it says week 2, but that's because it's the second week of the school year, and I always have all of them numbered from the school year because I'm in school right now and it's easier that way. But basically for this spread, I have all the days in columns of 4, and each one has a line from the last letter to have light bulbs hanging from them. I use my dual brush tumble markers for the yellow parts, and then I use Faber-Castell artist pens for the line, for all the black lines, and the gray part from the light bulbs, which is the little half circle. I use my gray dual brush tumble marker. So if you're interested, I have all the links down below, and my notebook is a Dingbat Wildlife Edition notebook, which are by far my favorite bullet journal books because they actually are a little wider than most of the journals that I found, which makes for more space for when it comes to actually making the spreads. So I really enjoy using this one. And also I wanted to talk about something. I recently got an order for a custom bullet journal, so I believe at the end of the month or just starting for September, I will have 2 bullet journal videos on the weekend. I will have one on Saturday and one on Sundays. Usually Sundays will be mine, and on Saturdays it will be setups from my custom journal, but it will depend. If I don't have another video from my journal, then it will be from hers. So I don't really know, but there will be more videos for bullet journal. So if you're interested in that, then subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any. And now let's get back to the actual video. So this second spread, I have a section in the middle where I drew in yellow all the numbers, and on top of that I just added the first 3 letters of every single day, and at the top I just had a line and added some hanging light bulbs on top of it. I'm sorry, it's really hard to talk today for some reason. I stumble across my words a lot, but hopefully it will get better. And I'm actually surprised because the yellow shows up so much on camera. I thought it wouldn't show because in real life it doesn't show as much. So I'm really happy that it shows so much because it's way better on camera. And so I just did the outline of the lights with the dual brush marker, and then I have an actual light bulb drill in black inside, so it's kind of like the light from it, which I really like. And then we are already onto the third one. I have a small calendar in the left upper corner, and then I just have a layout that I use a lot, so it's just 3 boxes in columns, and I have only 2 columns on the right page, and at the bottom I have a bigger one for school because I'm a high school student, so I need a lot of space to be able to put all my assignments and all of things like that. And at the left I have an event section, so it's just a way bigger box, and then I have a section for each one of the days just to be able to write the event. And so like that I have actual more space directly in the boxes for to-do lists. And the pen that I'm using right now is a Uniball eye fine liner. It's one of my favorite ones to do outlines for boxes and stuff like that, but I have always to be careful with those because they do smudge a lot, which is really annoying, but they are super useful and they write super well. It's basically, it became my favorite ones since I started doing bullet journaling, but I think it's because this specific notebook has a little bit of it's not matte paper, so it kind of has a silky texture, and so because of that I think the pens have a tendency to smudge a little bit more. But honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. I just take a white pen and draw on top of it. But basically for this one, I just have 2 light bulbs right by the calendar, and then only a few ones in between the boxes, just because I didn't really have that much space in the end to put more. But you can see maybe in pencil that I had a few other ones, but I didn't like the placement that I put them, so I just had them elsewhere. But in the end, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out, even though it's way simpler than all the other ones. It's one that requires less doodle skills, if I can say it like that. All the other ones have way more details to it. This is the second to last one, and it's also one that doesn't require that much doodling. It's just columns for each day, and I have only on the other page until Friday, and then for the weekend I don't have a full column for them. I only have well, I cut it in 2 parts, and I just have the weekend like this because I need less space for the weekend usually than for the days. And I have a section on top for where the days is, and then the first part is for event, and then the second line is for tasks, and then I have a long one on the left, and that's the section for school. And on the corner from the right page that was left blank, I just added a string of light bulbs just because I needed to fill that space. And on top I just have a line with my dual brush marker all the way through across the page with just really simple doodle on top, just to fill up some space and tie it a little bit more with the theme. And also I highlighted in yellow the section for tasks, just because I thought that it was a little bit blank and it needed a little bit more of like something, if I can say it like that. But basically I just went for a really simple setup for each one of them, just because I've been really into more minimalistic looking things lately, and also because it takes less time to set up. just because I'm a student, I have a little bit less time during the week to set up or anything like that. So I like to have a lot of space just to be able to write a lot, and also so I don't have like too much things to do to actually set it up. And also it will pretty much be the same thing for the weekly spread from my custom order, because it's one of my classmates, so it will be kind of in the same feel, I would say. And I'm sorry for those clips. The light was kind of wonky because the sun actually disappeared behind clouds, and because of that it was really hard to have kind of decent light, and because it comes from the side, this page didn't have the best lighting. But for this last spread, I just have hanging light bulbs for separating each one of the days, which I actually really ended up liking. I didn't really know how it would turn out, but I'm really proud. And I went more into details on the top of the light, and it really turned out great. And on the inside, I have the days, like it's the filaments from the actual light, which I think look so good. I'm so proud of that. But it was quite hard to actually make it. It took me a while, but I did learn how to draw light bulbs for this, so really proud for that too. And the last light actually has a W and an E in it because it's for the weekend. So it's the only one that doesn't have actual numbers, because it would have been too hard to put 2 numbers in it. So I just put the 2 first letters of weekend. But it's basically almost the end of the video. There's only the close-up left. So if you liked the video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!